Going live. It's I nearly forgot today, so I better take a minute or two to get things set up here. So usually the first few minutes anyway, no one is joining. So let me just go into my channel here before we get a few of the usual suspects. Let me go into my channel. Here we go. So welcome to the weekly Blackthorn live stream. 1 second now. I am your host, Francis McCaffrey, fifth generation shillelagh maker. I make walking sticks and other bits and pieces as well, as you can kind of see there behind me. And we have Bobo, your Irish shillelaghs now, yeah? I like the name, man. That's good. That's good. Good change of names there. Are you going to do a channel on Irish shillelaghs too? Be interesting to see. So how's life in Germany at the moment? Is all good? 1 second. Why is that like all... Anyway, let me just fix this thing here. And yeah, it's like a cold enough kind of evening here in Ireland. Not too much going on, I don't think. Tim checking in. How are you, Tim, as well? Yeah, it's like I've one of those weeks where I feel I'm just running around in circles like in a hamster wheel. I'm like doing lots of work and not getting accomplished anything. Gotta like get focused again. Do you ever have those kind of weeks when you're just like working and working, but like I've had these 30 sticks nearly finished, and I keep going back to them and I keep putting things on, and I still have a few more for steps to do, and I'm like, I need to be knocking these sticks out a bit quicker or something. I need to get my energy levels up or something. I've been distracted, like I've been listening to things on YouTube and podcasts and stuff. I got to okay, so reception's not good, is it? That'll be fine. As long as you can kind of hear me as well. Kind of move around. Could be just this lightning or something in the background is flicking a bit. That's probably better then. Yeah, let me move around. It's like a flicking light above me. There. That should be a bit better now. Yeah, it's got rid of that kind of like flashy kind of thing that was above me. I think there's a flickering light, so I need to change that light bulb as well. Let's see. Hello, Ed. How are things, man, in Tennessee? Liesel, hey, liking the Fate No More. Yeah. Mike Patton. It's a good singer. I wear this hoodie probably too much. I have about 3 hoodies and I probably overuse them a lot. But like when you're working in Blackthorn, it's good to have hoodies because you have your little kangaroo pouch to throw bits and pieces in there. So I like to wear hoodies as well, and it kind of protects the sawdust as well. Like you can just throw your hoodie up like this, and you put your mask on, and you just take off the hoodie then and stuff. So I usually have a bunch of these kind of hoodies just for working it with the dust and different things as well. It's too much effort to be like getting all different clothes and different things. So Ed, we have Liesel as well. Frank says, okay, there we go. Garen, good evening, Francis. Frank says hello. Garen says hello. Irish shillelagh. So I can start with my hobby, the shillelagh making. I found a plane near my house with Blackthorn, so I'm happy. Oh, very good. So you actually found, like, because in Germany, like, they usually cut them all back. It's just in that region, like, north of Frankfurt and stuff is like the main kind of area that I've seen Blackthorn in. Not seen, but I know there's like a factory there that does like it. Let's see. Frank says hi, Garen. Hi, Liesel. Yeah. Kirk says the order the Blackthorn has assembled. Maybe we've come to order. Evening, Francis. What's up, brother? The same old, man. I make walking sticks. I go home. I eat. I sleep, and then press repeat. My life is so boring. There's nothing going on in it. Every week I want to tell you guys some fantastic story and stuff, but like there's no glamour. There's no nothing. It's like basically I wake up, I go to work, wait for the couriers, pack the packages, straighten walking sticks, make the handles, do the dusting, apply the finish, go home, make a YouTube video, feed the kids, feed the dogs, try to clean the house a little bit before the wife comes home, because of course like the house has to be immaculate for Her Majesty. We have, let's see, Easel says evening all. So you're all talking among yourselves there, guys. That's good. You're all getting to know each other. It's like a bit of a shindig. So we have Bill. Hi, Francis. Finishing up the week here in Boston and listening in. How's all in Boston anyway? Do you have like a Boston accent? Like you always like Bill Burr's from Boston, isn't it? He's got a good comedian and good accents. We have Ron in the house as well. Hello, Ron, my man. How are things? Welcome to the weekly live stream with my good self as well. And yeah, like there's we're into this like few days before Halloween is kind of like the calm before the storm. Like it usually gets really quiet the week before Halloween, and everyone thinks, oh, the walking stick business is dead and stuff. But it's kind of normal. If you're new to it, you're probably freaking out now. You think it's too quiet, but no one spends any money just the week before Halloween, so it's usually a bit quiet. So it gives you a chance to get ready and get ready for November, which should be a crazy enough month. Because usually the first 3 weeks of November things start to kick off with a lot of things, and you're so busy trying to. That's why, like, a lot, even though the stick cutting season is upon us. And November, you really should be focusing on your sticks, the Christmas run, all of this. Like, you see a lot of probably the newer stick makers. They're getting out there the very start of the season, trying to cut as much as possible, which is fair enough because they don't have any sticks to make. But when you have sticks to make, you have to prioritize your time and get to focus on the task at hand, which is to make a living stick making as well. Peace, Francis. Please show one of your nicest shillelagh. What you that you make the last time. My nicest one. I'll show you one that I'm making. I know for a second. 1 minute. Let me see. I get one. 1 second now. This one's pretty good. Okay, I'm on my way back. Don't worry. All right, you want to see one of the nice ones? This is one of the ones I was working on. It's not quite finished yet, but it's kind of got a nice thing. I probably need to sand this and give it another few light coats on it as well. This one's a nice big stick, natural bark. I could paint it black too if you wanted. It makes no difference. Like the natural bark one, just is the bark looks nice in it. So if you want one of the nicest ones, I'm doing a lot of the thorny ones as well as the moment. They seem to a lot of people who look for Blackthorn for the first time. They always want kind of like the thorny ones. So yeah, like here's like quite a nice stick, I think. Yeah, it's a good kind of knob stick, good heavy one as well. That's probably 1.75 inches thick. So this is a good solid stick. I was probably going to put this up over the weekend or tomorrow. What's the size? It's wait, let me check. It's about 40 inches. It's about 40 inches, and probably about a kg in weight, something like that. I only have about maybe 2 or 3 more like this between now and Christmas, for real. Like maybe this one is the nicest of them. So I just don't have any more of these big thick ones for this particular season, because you guys have cleaned me out of these big heavier ones as well. But I still have some other pretty good sticks on the way as well. So here's a stick that I should be putting up now. I spent too long on this stick. Some days you spend way too long on a stick. You need to like be more efficient. But I was like sanding it slowly. I cut it out slowly. I took my time on it. Then I'm like getting distracted by YouTube and these different things as well. I gotta like get focused. Liesl, I taught my Canadian Fred all about shillelaghs this week. She thought they were a musical instrument. I plugged McCaffrey Crafts to the hilt, of course. Yeah, you can make some sweet music with this. Like, it's kind of bone crunching music or something. But she's probably getting confused with the bowron, the Irish like drum that people play as well. But so usually it's interesting to see. They probably hear the word shillelagh and haven't got a clue what it is. Anything can be called a shillelagh, like, I guess, to some extent. Let's see. The big 280 has a handle as big as my first car. Very good. It's still there, my man. You see this one here? That is a big price because it's a big stick. It's for a big man to have that as well. That's a rare stick that my dad made. and he doesn't have too many more sticks left in him before he eventually retires, like. And so like he doesn't make too many as well, so like that's a stick that he's really proud of, and different things as well. So it's up there for anyone. It's quite an interesting big one as well. So it'll be suited to someone who's quite big and quite large. But big price on that stick as well, because it's that's the quality of it. Like, it's a really good, nice stick. The pictures don't do it justice. It's just way better in person. Let's see, Lenny. That would give Big Franks a run for his money, Francis. It would indeed, Lenny. Would indeed. How's all with you, man? But this is a lovely stick. This is the type of stick you want, Lenny. Good hefty stick, good strong, good root ball. Your big hands as well, Lenny. It's got your name on it as well. I want to see all the orders coming in from Liverpool now, Lenny. We'll see. Have you been spreading the word about how good McCaffrey Crafts is? This year now in the Christmas run, I want to see order after Liverpool. Every single one of your relatives now. We'll see how much how much influence you have there in town. Be interesting to see. Let's see, Kirk. Need a hazel to complete my collection. Yeah, I gotta get some hazel. I don't think I have any hazel. Maybe I do. I have to search in my shed, like, to see. I had a bunch of hazel, but I kind of used it because it was ready to be used. Yeah, I must look for it. I must look to see if I must cut some more hazel this year, and a few of the other woods as well. Be pretty good. Shout out to you, Frank, and let's see. Oh, but Kirk, there's no completing a collection. Collections are eternal. You can never. There'll always be some other stick. I'll find a stick that you want. I'll get inside and play the mind game. If you think your collection is like one of those retired sports stars, look at Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's coming back to fight again. He's 58 now, and he's coming back for another fight next year. He's always tempted back with some prospect or something like that as well. But yeah, it's be interesting to see that. You guys are boxing fans, I know, as well. But these are more exhibition things I think he's doing now. You're reading my mind, Francis. Good, Lenny. I want to see all of those Liverpool orders coming in. You're my man in Liverpool. I'm counting on you. My kids' college funds needs to be restocked after I spent it all. Spent it all on probably stocks and stuff in the stock market. Let's see. Frank says hi, Liesel. Ron Evans, Francis, do you have black walnut over there? I don't use like walnut. I'm just mainly, like, I stick to blackthorn, rowan tree, some oak, some hazel from time to time. I kind of like, after blackthorn, I like mountain ash, like that one. It's a nice kind of wood, and you can get like nice pieces of it as well. And it's nice. There's just something about the mountain ash one I think is pretty nice. Let's see. There's always a stick that looks different. Exactly, Garen. That's it, my man. You know your stuff. There's always one. These are one of a kind items as well. They always look a bit different as well. Hi, Kirk. Who watched Tyson Fury recently? Yeah, man. It was a great fight against Deontay Wilder. 2 knockdowns, up again. He's a big guy. You just can't knock him out. You hit him, he goes down. And he, whatever he's made of, he just has the. I suppose it's like a mental game too. Like, physically, they're both strong lads, and physically, if you hit one or the other, that's it. And it's a big part of the mental game, I suppose it would be. But it's good for the sport, man. Boxing was kind of lagging there for years and stuff. I wasn't a big Anthony Joshua fan, and he wasn't like fighting some of the big names and stuff as well. When there's these champions and they avoid everyone else, and they take a lot of these journeyman type fights, I don't know. You want to see the best guys fighting the best. I like your man Cruz. Was it your man from Mexico? Was it was Cruz, wasn't it? He beat your man Joshua, and then he beat Joshua, and he's like an overweight guy, and everyone's like, this guy from Mexico is amazing, national champion and stuff. What did he do, man? He went on the gargle, he went partying, he did the girls, the things, and then he turned up for the second fight overweight, and he'd been partying too much. Like, that's insane. Like, the guy just went to his head. Like, he just got the championship, and lost the plot a bit, man. You gotta, like, keep yourself focused as well. Let's see. Do you know the guy Casey Declan? Met him on Facebook in a Shillelagh group. He makes autumn sticks like yours. Maybe he knows him. he does not make sticks like me. He makes his own style of sticks. You know, he makes sticks sometimes that are out of two pieces of wood. He makes sticks sometimes that are out one pieces of wood. He used to, I haven't looked at them for a long time, but the majority of his sticks used to be like 100, 200 euro or something like that. He makes, but that's all I know of the guy as well. I remember he sold me some blanks before a few years ago, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago as well. Some of the blanks were hot on, they weren't actually Blackthorn, but you can get confused, I suppose, like, when you're kind of new to it. But yeah, I think he came on the scene around 2015 or 16, and he was on eBay to start with and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. He's a fan of my good self as well. There's a story there that's quite funny if you were in one of the Facebook groups before. Let's see, Kirk. I'll find another in your chest of gold, I'm sure. Let's see. Page one, walking stick, 7 down. What's it? Page one, walking stick, 7 down. I could get a look at that one. I was hoping to get a better look at a small hole in the side of the handle. Yeah, I'll have to look at that and get back to you there, Tim, because I'm kind of in the middle of the live stream now. I can't go around trying to find a stick and just leave everyone here hanging for the next 10 minutes or something. Liesl, I grew up watching boxing with my Irish mammy. Oh, very good, very good. So Barry McGuigan, the Irish boxers, Carruth, Steve Carruth, wasn't it? The Olympic medals as well. McCulloch, and there's a few others as well. Let's see. Older guys aren't ever over the hill. Look at George Foreman. Yeah. Was he 46? I think when he won back the title, or correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was something like that. And he makes a mean grill as well. Those George Foreman grills. My dad has one of those. Yeah, I remember my mom. She had the George Foreman grill. I think she still uses it actually. Like I think she still uses the George Foreman grill. Another good product by him. But that fight he had with Ali, and they had James Brown there singing, and he came off. He psychologically, that was like the mental game, and Ali against Foreman was amazing. Like and then they couldn't leave, and he got injured, and everything about that fight. He came with he came with 2 German dogs, and these people didn't like the Germans, so they didn't take a liking to him at all. But that was a really good fight as well. George Foreman was a beast, man. It shows you once you can punch hard, you don't need much. Like once you can punch hard, it's just one punch and the fight's over. Fury's the best thing to happen for boxing in 20 years. He's a character. He got the gift of the gab. He's got the swagger. He's created excitement around that as well. He's like from what I know, he gives his money to charity and different things as well. And the mental battle and how he came through. Like most people, like they do admire when someone goes through something difficult and they're trying to better themselves to come back as well. They find that pretty good. Let's see. Nobody makes them like Francis. Exactly, man. Why are you coming on here mentioning our stick makers? There should only one stick maker you should be mentioning. It's me, your good self. But yeah, like I'm aware of the other guys. Like some of them don't like me or stuff. We're all competing against each other. As I said, I'm happy to deal with any stick maker as well. I've got calls from stick makers from time to time and stuff. I'll talk to anyone once they're respectful, once they're not being weird, or once there's no death threats. Which I have got. I've got threats of physical violence as well from a few chosen guys who are in the stick community as well. But they were all just full of steam as well. There was no substance to them. It was just, I think they were just having a bad day or something. Let's see. Tim, I agree. Hi, Francis from Miami. Hello. Antonio, how are things with you? Thank you. I'll text on the website. Yeah, I just won't be able to respond now because I'm doing this. But yeah. I'll just send me a message so I'll go and have a look at it, and I can make a video for you or something, or make it a bit easier. Yes, my mom loves Barry. Everyone loved Barry McGuigan, and what was it, Eastwood, or what was your man's trainer as well? Bernie Eastwood. I can't remember his name. Yeah, but there was some good fights there. Let's see. Zero Fox, good evening, Francis. Good evening, Zero, my man. How are things with you? you always come in about this time as well. Like, are you just kind of like usually just finish work and just kind of sitting down having a cup of tea or something and just turn it on? How about Chofilio Stevenson from Cuba? He was a good Olympian from Cuba. Well, Cubans are synonymous with boxing. They're just, like with their healthcare system, they're probably known for as well, and for their boxing. A lot of people from Ireland like to go on holiday to Hanover and to Cuba as well. So it'd be it's one of those it's one of those things I'd like to do sometime as well. I suppose it'd be interesting to go to Cuba as well, and the Irish connection, the Lynch connection with Che Guevara is kind of like, I think it's kind of interesting to know that yeah, some connection to Ireland. So it'd be interesting to see how they react to Irish people over in Cuba or something like that. But I suppose, like as any tourist place, once you go there with cash, everyone loves you. Like, let's see, Garen. When he makes a stick, how does Frank go out and cut them himself? Yeah, he does it. He cuts himself. My dad's like always on the prowl for sticks and stuff. He's always cutting them. He'll be driving around and he'll see something. He'll just go and take it. My dad, yeah, he regularly shows me things that he cuts. He always cuts his own sticks. He kind of like he has in the boot of his car. He always has like the little the wood saw and a few different things as well. It's always like thrown in the back under that kind of dirty sheet, that blanket or something. I always see when I'm putting the kids' bags in from school into the back of the car as well. And yeah, my dad's always on the lookout for different things, and he's always going. Or if some guy's cutting down a bunch of trees and stuff, my dad knows loads of guys, and he always cuts his own. We've gone out cutting together as well. I think we had a mad session cutting in Glenbeigh in the mountains. Like, remember that? Or Glencar in the mountains. Oh, that day. Oh my God, the two of us nearly collapsed and fainted at the end of it. It was just the toughest. Actually, it's probably up there as the toughest day that we had to go cutting sticks. And me and my dad, we got a call from a guy who worked in a garage, and he was saying there's some land there. There was a load of blackthorn on. We go up, and we thought, yeah, it was Glencar. We thought it was like, okay, this isn't too bad. Sounds good. He says just back the road, just back the road. So we drive back the road, then we drive back, and we drive further and further. And it was a good way. And then we had to drive up this little kind of boreen path and stuff, and the wheels are spinning a bit, and I was worried, oh, we're going to get stuck up here and stuff as well. And then we got up to this really kind of stone cottage. And then once we got to Stone Cottage, you're like, all right, is it here now? Is it here? No, we got to walk over here. So then we had to walk up the mountain, then across the side of the mountain. Then we had to, there was this stone wall, and we're like, okay, we're here now. Is this stone wall? No, just a bit further. We're like, oh my God, it was like some distance from the car and from where we're going to bring the Blackthorn. Then eventually we got to it, and he goes, yeah, I'll see you now. My house is just down here. Your man just cut down the field down to his house and stuff. We were just looking at each other. Well, we're here now, and it's got a nice view. But that was the toughest day. As I heard my dad said it as well. Hell on earth. Hell on earth. Yeah, that day was hell as well. We were just like, like the weather wasn't too bad. I think it was around this time of year. It was like I remember it was October or November, and I just remember Dad hurt himself. He couldn't get out, and me trying to carry everything, and then he was like he hurt his leg and hurt this, and he's dizzy, and we were both like out of it. Like it was that was like a tough day. That was one of the days where you want to quit, but you just can't. Like there's just too many of the good sticks, as well. Let's see, Matt. How are you, my friend? After blackthorn is cured to be used, is the wood rigid or does it have any flexibility? A little bit of flexibility, but it's a lot more rigid, of course, with less sap. But it's pretty rigid. Like the thicker pieces like this are pretty rigid. Like the kind of thinner pieces like we'd have maybe one of these. There might be a little bit of in that as well. It just depends, like on the wood and stuff as well. But yeah, they're pretty rigid. A little bit of spring in the kind of thinner ones. Let's see. Irish shillelaghs with bobo. I can't understand which guys attach handles on shillelaghs. Why? It's for money, for easy. There's a market for people that want walking sticks with attached handles. They get the handles wood turned. Usually it's birch wood, Like you can notice, like the handle isn't blackthorn usually at all, and then they get birch wood and they drill the dowel in and they put it on, and then they paint up really high with the black as well, just to cover. Like, whenever you see a blackthorn and the black paint is going right up into the handle, like, they're hiding something, and it's usually they're hiding because it's an attached stick. So so here's a pro tip for you. So whenever you see a blackthorn walking stick, and say this is the stick now, and like usually, like if I'm painting it black, I might go up to here, maybe up to here. But if you notice, like the blackthorn paint is going up and it goes around, like there, right up and around. That's a bit weird that the black paint is right up just into the handle, and usually that's a sign of an attached handle. If you like got that stick, sanded it down, and start twisting on the handle, you'll get the handle to pop off like pretty easily. So that's how you can see it all the time. Like whenever they put something here to cover, like they might put like a leather cord or put something here as well. But like for guys who want to get the perfect stick, is they'll get like a piece of hawthorn, which is like thicker and straighter and dries faster. Then they put a birch handle in it as well. They paint it black. They put a little strap on here to hide something as well. And like I know all the tricks of the trade. Like it's thing. Because that's the thing. Look, you buy from reputable sellers, and people that you trust. Ask them questions. Ask them, is it real blackthorn? If the person is a real seller, they'll have a company register number because they've registered their business. Like, you don't want to buy from someone who's illegally selling blackthorn, because if you have a problem, like say, for example, you buy for someone who's not a registered business, what they're going to do is when you have to return the item, you think they care? Oh, they won't return items, or they say, oh, they're this or that, they're just impossible to deal with. So when you have a registered business, I'm company register number. I'm also registered for VAT, which is value added tax, which I pay as well on all of these sticks to the Irish and the EU guys as well that take my money. With the UK Brexit as well, I have to like pay taxes and stuff that I get over from there. So always buy from a name you can trust. Buy from a real business who is trying to help the blackthorn community, trying to keep this going, try to show people that there's a living in here as well. But these kind of black market guys that are trying to sell you a bit of blackthorn on the side mixed in with all of these other different woods, everyone's trying to take shortcuts, but there's only one way to play blackthorn. It takes years. There's only a few sellers that sell the real stuff as well, and only deal with people that you have 100% confident in, and ask them what the company register number is. Do they have an address? And another big thing as well is find out their name. If you're buying from someone called Paddy, and that's their only name, Paddy, you don't know what their surname is, you don't know where their business is, like look for simple things like, what's his full name? You should know the full name and the full address of someone you're buying with. Imagine buying something from a complete mystery man online that you don't know where they live, you don't know anything about them. Like, it goes without reason. Like, and every year, like, I get messages from people saying, "Oh, I bought some things and this guy was difficult and this was that." But you gotta always be aware of these things. So only buy from someone who has a registered business, their address. Like, if someone wants to find me here, Lower Bridge Street, Killorglin, postcode V93W861. There you go. Boom. Like, you can put that into Google, go into Google Maps, you'll see the front of my shop as well. And that's where I am right now. So you want to deal with people that you trust, people that you know who they are, and people you like as well. That kind of helps, I suppose. Let's see. Okay, do you guys go and cut in a car or truck or van? Well, that time I had like a Citroen Picasso soccer mom type car. It was great because I could use it as a kind of little minivan. I destroyed it because when I was going out cutting blackthorn, you're always like going into spaces where it's going to hit and dent it and different things. And this like Picasso, it was a good deal at the time. A little Citroen Picasso. Imagine like one of those soccer mom type of vehicles, but you put the seats down and there's loads of room in the back. And I destroyed it. I destroyed it with blackthorn. That was what I was using. And so that was like so whatever car you have or boot or different things, you're going to destroy it as well. Okay, let's see. Frank, God bless you for making this fine, son. The two make the day. That's not an image I want to get, Kirk. I don't want to get an image of my dad making me. You know, that's the worst mental image you could give a son. His dad making his son. Like, but anyway, that's just kidding. Roy, what does he say? I just want to thank you, Francis. I love my walking stick. I love that it's unique and it's crafted by you personally. Exactly, Ron. Like, you just want something that's real. In modern worlds, in modern time, you don't know where anything comes from. To get a stick that's handcrafted, that's made in Ireland, that you know where it is from. You have a way to join these live streams to talk to me as well. You have your stick, like, that's, there's a lot of value in having a product like that. And by buying those products, you ensure that those type of people and businesses keep making things as well. And I'm sure after this kind of thing, people will kind of look at stick making and maybe think of it as a profession or different things as well. But like, for all of these new guys, like, they're always the same, they need to have a different story. They need to have a different angle. They always, like, every single year they come in and they make the same mistakes, and they just, they get a nice blunt of Blackthorn, they sell it off next to nothing. They don't have a name or address. If anyone's complaints or any problems, they just, like, they don't care, because they're gone the next year, like. And every year they come in, every Christmas run, there's always a few new guys, like, and stuff, telling the same story. Oh, I've been doing this for 100 years, and everyone knows me, and my dad was the most famous stick guy and stuff like that. Like, it's sad. They should just come up with a different angle or a different story or a different type of thing, like. But let's see now. Thanks, Kirk, you're a gentleman. Doug Bowl, Francis, what creates the beautiful colors in some blackthorns, but others seem to be just a pale, light color? And it's just when it's seasoning, like, say, like, it's kind of weird, because, like, sometimes it, like, when it's seasoning, it'll retain this kind of color, and since sometimes it goes kind of brownish when it kind of loses some of the pigment on it as well. But, like, you do get, like, slightly different shades, like, here, like, there's two, like this one, like, if you can see the bark, it's just like, it kind of went a bit more kind of browny than retaining the whole colors, while this one, it kind of retained a few of the original kind of colors. So usually as a seasoning, there is a kind of loss of color where it goes kind of a bit browny, but, like, you can sand it out to get the kind of purple hues and stuff like that. But yeah, there is some slight differences in colors when it seasons as well. It's just that the color kind of just comes out of it sometimes when you're seasoning it for a number, sand them down, and you can still bring out some nice colors in them. Antonio, how big is the one you've got in your hand? Looks nice. 40 inches. It's probably a kg in weight. It's an animal of a stick. Unique, one of a kind, great stick. The sponsor of this blog, but or video log, or whatever you call it, live stream. I haven't this online yet. I still want to put another coat or two and just sand it another bit more before I'm happy enough to kind of put it online, because, like, I could probably take a picture of it and put it online now, but then if it sells, I'll probably have to, like, spend another day kind of just doing the final finishing it. So coming into the Christmas run, I want to have it all ready for ready to go. Hi, Doug. Francis says, Liesel, I walked 5 miles with my walking stick last week. May I thank you too, Francis? Very good. It's very good. More than I walked 5 miles. I need to get walking, get out again. Maybe that's it. Like, I haven't been out for a while. I'm getting that kind of itch where I need to, like, get out and start seeing a bit, because I think the last few weeks, man, it feels like I'm just going around in circles trying to get my shop ready for Christmas. And then, like, I spent way too much time researching things, looking at various advertising ways, contacting, like, a few innovative ways that I can advertise. And I was speaking with one or two kind of marketing guys that contacted me as well. They have a few ideas and stuff. So I kind of spent a bit probably with that. But yeah, I must get things going as well. I'm going to get my Pinterest going, my Instagram going, get back on Facebook again. I'm not a fan of Facebook, or Meta, whatever it's called now. Not a fan of Facebook, because, like, there's just, say, 10-15% of the people you meet are nice there, but the rest of them are just, like, guys just looking for drama, like. Doug, Francis, for a person who's had a severe knee issues, would a staff or walking stick be more beneficial? And thank you for your help. Probably a walking stick. because you'd want something that you can kind of use every day and carry around and different things. Like the staff is fine for like your more hill walking and if you're out like climbing up and down places. But like for everything, like for knee problems, you just want something that's handy, not too heavy, that you're going to be using along the time, and something that can just support your weight as well, and the right type of stick. Irish Shillelaghs, sorry, my internet cancelled me. Oh, really? Did you say something that you shouldn't have said and you got cancelled? Did you say Shillelaghs or something? And so I can't hear the answer of my question about attached handles. I can't remember what you asked as well. What was it again about the attached handles that you were asking? I think I pretty much answered like why, like, people they usually like would put black paint and the black paint goes up over the handle, so that's usually a sign that it's attached. Like usually when I like paint the handle black, I'll like paint it to about here or something like that, so you can see it's a one piece. But when you see the black paint that goes up and where the attachment is made, like it goes right up over it, and there's usually like a little kind of curvature like that on it, just kind of like hides where the handle was attached. But look, there's there's nothing wrong with them as well, like, but it's rarer and harder to find them this way. Like it'd be easy if I wanted to make life easy, I would like get the walking sticks and I would just cut them and then I would attach the handles, and that would be a lot easier. But I suppose the reason why most people like the McCaffrey Blackthorn is that they want a stick that they can make with one piece of wood, because to find something like that naturally occurring in nature is going to be a lot difficult, and it takes a lot of time and effort to find that. Let's see. I'd love a walking live stream. I did some walking live streams in the summertime, but in Ireland, the weather, like I had a little gimbal thing, and actually I have it on my channel. I did a walk from my shop, and I walked along the river, and I did a few walks. But you see, I don't get a lot of time to go out and do that lot of content. Usually I spend all my time trying to make the sticks and get them ready for this Christmas run. Brian, my good friend, hello Francis. How are things, man? Another one of the guys in Thailand that follow my channel as well. I hope it's all is well with you. Get some sleep, my man. Get off those websites. I think you're having some some issues there with your network of websites. But hope you enjoy the stream anyway. It'll help you fall asleep anyway. The shillelagh and walking stick community that we have here. Let's see, Garen, my good friend. Do you do much with chestnut? I don't too much. There's a lot of chestnut around there. It's plentiful as well. I know a lot of the stick makers in like the UK and stuff, they usually would use like chestnut, but more so for hiking sticks. There's a lot of like chestnut and sycamore as well, and they use a different few woods as well. So like chestnut is all right. It's a bit of a kind of lighter wood as well. It's not as strong or sturdy as blackthorn. So usually, like, there's, as I said, there's only a few specific woods that I'd recommend, like blackthorn. These type of sticks, they're my favorite type of wood. And all of these are online. You can go and buy them immediately after this live stream. I like mountain ash as well. Mountain ash is a bit lighter, but there's just interesting colors and grains on that as well. And I think it's quite interesting that mountain ash only grows a certain altitude in certain areas. So again, if you're looking for something a bit different or unique, it's always good to try that as well. But again, guys, I'll be all looking forward for this Christmas run, and I hope you tell all your relatives, all your aunts, all your uncles, everyone in your community that the shillelagh for Christmas. That would be something that I would all like to hear from you guys as well. So, what else is going on in your lives? Any more questions that you guys want to do? Let's see now. Matt says, is the knob handle the most popular and comfortable for walking stick? What is your favorite? The knob stick is synonymous with kind of blackthorn. This kind of knob, it looks like a bit of a club as well. A lot of guys seem to like this type of handle because of the center of gravity fits right into the center of the palm of your hand, so it sits in really comfortably, and you can kind of grip around it and get a good kind of grip on it. So the knob the knob handle would be quite popular. Like in the UK and stuff, they do things like derby handle, and those kind of like T shapes and L shape. type handles. But with the sticks that I make, I usually look for something that's kind of naturally occurring in nature and use like various handles or various different things. Like you can get they're the kind of the kind of traditional ones. Like with a handle, like if it's complete right handle, I think when it tilts up a little bit, you get a more comfortable grip on that as well. But you get handles like this and whatever's kind of naturally occurring in nature. Here's one as well that I'm kind of not finished, just kind of working on another type of handle. It curves pretty well. There's a nice grooves on each side so you can rest your finger, your hand, your thumb. Like there's a few nice comfortable ways to do it. And it's like most things, like it's kind of like a style thing too. Like if you're buying a gun, you want a gun that feels a certain way, that looks a certain way, that responds a certain way. You want a car, you want something that looks cool, that's interesting as well. Like when you walk around with a Blackthorn walking stick, you're going to get attention. The right type of attention. You're going to get people asking you questions. It's all the history and the culture around it that they associate with like an Irish Blackthorn walking stick. From the faction fightings, for it's been in so many movies and pop culture as well. So it's just a very interesting stick to have as well. Let's see. John from Donegal, how are things, my man? Hey, lads. Let's see. Doug says, "Sorry, Francis. I was taking my son-in-law Matt, talking to my son Matt on the phone. Very good. Tell Matt to buy some walking sticks for Christmas for you, Doug. I'll be looking for the name Matt now on orders. Let's see, Lenny. Have you got business card printed yet? I give a few out with each stick's posted. I have some. I have some like business cards. I need to probably get some more as well. I think I used like a Vistaprint a while ago for the business cards. But yeah, I think I'm down to my last 5 or 6 as well. I probably need to get some print material. But like with all of these like shipping delays and shortages and stuff like that, it takes forever. Like when I post one of these walking sticks, like 3 to 5 days you can have it in your hand. And like you'd expect other companies to be able to do the same, to pay for a courier so that it can get delivered in time. But at the moment, like in the world, like people are just trying to send it the cheapest way possible with standard post and the easiest way, and it takes forever. Like I've ordered like some like business materials, like stationery for some packaging things, and it can take like weeks and weeks for it to arrive, and it's really annoying. Like I ordered a book. I'm waiting for a book to arrive too, and it took forever. Like I ordered this book called Black Swan, which this guy recommended to me, and like it took forever. My son's ordered a Halloween suit a month ago, and he's still waiting for it. It's probably not going to arrive, so I'll have to come up with some improv Halloween outfits because I do like to dress up for Halloween. No one knows who I am because I'm short and I wear a mask or Halloween suit. Everyone thinks I'm a kid, so I think that's hilarious. Like I've had some of the local teenage guys come up to me thinking I'm some kid trying to push me around, and I'm like, hello. So I do enjoy Halloween as well. Let's see. Garen says, oh wait, sorry, there's a few comments have come in here. John says, Francis, you talk a good bit about guns. Got one yourself? These guns, my man. These are my guns. But I like guns, man. Guns are interesting. It's as you know, in Ireland you can't have too many guns out there. But a man up in Donegal, man, I said there's plenty of guns around your neck of the woods. Garen, a knob with a bit of a curve enough that you can hook it over a shopping cart handle is good. Yeah, that would be pretty good as well. But I don't know, like I never go kind of shopping with a big cart or something. I usually get the small basket and just, whenever I go shopping, it's just how I like to shop is just for 1 or 2 days ahead. That I found when you go and you buy a load of food for the week, you just end up throwing out a load of it. So I kind of try to be kind of like planning out my week with food and stuff like that. Like a bit weird like that. Let's see, Kurt. I'm 6 foot large, hands perfect handle and length as well. Yes, Kirk, you have some of the nicest sticks there that I've made this year. A number of big heavy ones as well. Frank says, hello, John. I hope you are well in Donegal. That's very good. Let's see. When do you plan on posting the next batch of walking sticks online? Maybe tomorrow afternoon or Sunday. It'd probably be Sunday, I'd say, because I still need to put a bit more work into a few of these sticks. I don't think they're quite ready yet as well. And for do it like so I need to do a bit more on those. Let's see. Irish Times. Hello there, Francis. How are things, Pete? Hope's all well with you. I think you posted our video a few hours ago on your YouTube. I haven't had a chance to have a look at it, but some really good videos you've been putting out there recently, and it's good to see the information and the public service you're doing with your Thailand community as well. Let's see. Liesel. Hi, John. John says, Francis, if you had to have one stick for life, but it couldn't be Blackthorn, what would you pick? And also, what's your favorite stick head style and stick length? Easy. So, roan, it would be a roan wood. The style would be a knob stick, of course. And the length is, because I'm 5'4", I would get a 33-inch stick. So there you go. Do you make or mark the sticks with some kind of initials so we can tell it's one of yours when we show it? I've been asked that a load of times, and I don't really do it or maker marks or loads of marks. I think it looks a bit weird or cheesy or something like that. But I can always make a video or make something personal, or there might be some reference to it in this live stream. I can always do something to personalize it if you want something like a video message or something along those lines as well. John is saying hello to everyone. Liesel says, I'm waiting for a piece of jewelry from Lithuania. It's a nightmare ordering anything from Europe since Brexit. Yeah, like, when it goes through Lithuania and has to go through all these sorting centers, it's unreal. It's like, unless you're dealing with a company that uses couriers, like I use DHL and UPS, and 3 to 5 days service. They're brilliant, but they cost they cost a bit. Like, it's they're not cheap to use, but at the end of the day, when you want like a premium type of gift, they're the type of thing that you should do. Like, it's really, really good as well. Let's see. You're registered with Weapons of Mass Destruction, Francis. Yeah, that's my nickname as well. All 5'4" of me, man, and look at these, man. Look at these. But I think that's the last thing you want to do. See me sporting my guns. Let's see. Doug says, in Iowa, kids go out the night before Halloween. It's called Beggar's Night. Oh, really? That sounds kind of interesting. They get 2 nights of Halloween. Here in Ireland, all the kind of housing estates, the council housing estates is where all the activity is. Like, there's about 3 or 4 or 5 of them that the kids go to. And then what the kids do is, like, they wear one outfit and they go at 6 o'clock. Then they go home, change into their second outfit, go around a second time, then go around the third time. So, like, they're trying to get as much as possible. And literally, like, when you're at the door, I could get 100 kids in the space of, like, 10 minutes and stuff. Then you're just out. Like, who's going to have that much thing? And it's really funny. Like, all the kids want potatoes and crisps, and they want something like nice or chocolate or something. And I remember, so funny, like, my wife one year, she was like, got a notion. Oh, we should give them some fruit or some apples. And I was like, oh my god, no. And there was this like. This like kid came to her door. She was like about 6 years old, like dressed up like a princess and all smiley. My wife was like, "Oh, you're so cute, very nice, very nice." And like, she gave her the apple, and the kid just looked at the apple, looked at it, threw it on the ground, stamped it in front of my wife, and walked off. Man, did I laugh! I thought it was so funny because, like, it was just completely out of character with how this kid was dressed, and stuff like that. But it's Halloween's like a funny night. I usually just go around with the younger kids and or with the youngest and stuff like that, and it's kind of interesting as well. I don't think last year. Well, I dressed up as a plague doctor last year because of, like, obviously COVID and stuff. So I got the plague doctor mask, and I had like the robe and stuff. But I tried it on recently and I got too fat, man. I have to lose a bit of weight or something. The outfit was a bit tight. I actually brought it out and had a look of that. Let's see. Bill says, were you able to watch the clip I sent you as well? Yeah, about the guy defending himself with a shillelagh. Yeah, I've seen that a few times. It's been sent to me, and there's this video that Bill sent me from about 11 months ago of this guy in America, and some guys were intruding and came into his house, and big mistake because he had his shillelagh to hand. and he scared the crap out of those lads with his shillelagh as is pretty good. Let's see now. Doug said, "Is there an Irish population in Iowa?" There's an Irish population everywhere, man. I'd say the Irish went out and multiplied. There's a tradition that goes back centuries here in Ireland. Iha Hauna is Samhain is the Irish word for Halloween as well. It's very much an Irish festival. Uh, Frank says, "Hi John, has the Mita blocks problem been sorted yet?" Okay, in case you don't realize, and this is horrible, a lot of the houses in Donegal are just falling apart and falling to the ground because of mica blocks. These micro blocks were used by builders like 10 years ago, and mica is a substance in the concrete and the rocks of these blocks, and literally after 10 years it just absorbs any moisture and it just disintegrates and fall apart, and there's no compensation, no nothing. So imagine you bought a new house and then after 10 years literally it just falls apart because of dodgy materials. And Donegal is been recently destroyed with this problem of houses, just the structures and everything. So it's like, it's tough on all those new families that bought houses back then, and they're annoyed with the government. There's no support and no nothing as well. So yeah, it's a big problem up in Donegal. But John know all about that as well. So I hope John, your house hasn't fallen down. Frank says not yet, but we're assured we're going to get 100% redress. Good result. John says, "Plague doctor, haha, for F's sake, Francis." Yeah, the plague doctor, man. I think everyone was having it. It was just a funny outfit to have. And my son also dressed up as a plague doctor. So we were two plague doctors. And we had the Blackthorn walking stick walking around as a plague doctor. I think the Blackthorn walking stick goes well with the plague doctor's outfit. So I had that as well. My son had a little Blackthorn staff going around, and it was actually quite interesting night of Halloween. But there's no Halloween decorations around because of the shipping shortage. Like none of the houses have Halloween decorations up. We went into Clarny, we couldn't find any. They were down in Cork and they didn't have much. They have like a few leftover bits and pieces, but there's almost nothing. So there's almost no Halloween decorations around this year. Let's see. When is St. Patrick's Day? 17th of March, of course. And John says March. Great night for the for the dentist as well. Yes, it is indeed. With those kids just love the sugar, and then they're all hyper as well. But yeah, like, cause all the kids, they know it, and the older kids too, like 16, 17, 18, they go around, they want to get their potatoes, their crisps, and all of that too. Let's see. You need a superhero that carry and uses a Blackthorn shillelagh. What's the guy? There's a guy. What's his name? Black Thomas or Black something. He's like he's more of a villain than a superhero. Let's see, Doug. Many years ago, a kid found fish hooks in popcorn balls. So now every few food items are given out unless they're professionally wrapped. So sad. Oh my God! What kind of psychopath put fish hooks in popcorns and gives out to kids? Doug, my man, that's pretty hardcore. Your place. There must be some disgruntled person to do something like that. That should be in one of those Halloween movies like Saw or something like that. Here's some popcorn. Ah! brings a new expression to be fish hooked. Let's see. March the 17th is St. Patrick's, and Kirk says the O'Mahonys and the Mitchells in Michigan as well. And Mitchell's is quite a popular connection to the GAA in Tralee and stuff as well. And Mahoney, or what does they say in America? Mahoney or something like that. Mahoney. It's Mahoney. Mahoney. That's how you'd pronounce it as well. So yeah, like wherever you travel around the world, you're going to meet Irish surnames everywhere. The Irish went out and multiplied and traveled, and anywhere where you'll see Irish, like that's the one thing about, like, an Irish bar is very welcoming. Like when sometimes if you see like a British bar, a German bar, you might think it's a very kind of select audience that would go to that particular bar. But the thing about an Irish bar is it's welcoming to everyone, because everyone knows that Irish people are welcoming. There's anyone from any country that come in, they know what they're going to expect. They're going to get the guys like talking as well, and there's always good crack. But that's it. Whenever I went around the world, you'd always find Irish bars in different places, and like I found one like the middle of nowhere in Korea, in Seoul, in one of like the town suburbs, and I got lost and I was drunk and I was walking one night, and it was like on the fourth floor of this building. I saw like an Irish name and it was like an apparition. I was looking up and I was like, what was that? And I can't remember, something like O'Flaherty's or something. And I was like, in the middle of nowhere at 4 a.m. in Korea, there's like a light and I'm completely lost and I can't remember where I am. And I didn't have much money on me to get like a subway back. And I see an Irish bar and I looked and I had enough for a drink or something. I was, sure, one more drink anyway until there's daylight. They went up there and it was such a weird bar. It was like an Irish bar and everything, and like there's a piano, and I was like 4 a.m. and there's like this Korean guy on the piano playing this like weird kind of jazz and stuff like that. And I looked around and I was like trying to figure out what was the connection to Irish bar. There was like nothing. And I asked them, and they didn't speak English or a word. And I'm trying to speak Korean to them as well, saying, "Oh, is this Irish bar, Ireland?" Like they pronounce Ireland like Ireland. And I was asking him and trying to ask him questions in Korean, and but it's such a weird little bar. But you'd find Irish bars everywhere. That's my point. Let's see, Doug. Let's see, Doug. That's bloody demonic. Okay, Doug. I've heard about needles and razor blades and fruits as well. God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's dark people out there that just want to do dark deeds, and what can you do, man? Like you just have to check your food. Like for me, my weird eating habits is I don't like onions. If I see an onion in a food, oh man, so there's a nugget of personal information for you. I can't stand onions. Onions are just like, oh my god. If someone makes some food for me and there's like an onion or the texture in it, and I get that texture in my mouth, no way. Can't eat onions at all. Anything else, but that's my one type of thing that if someone put an onion in my food, I'd notice it straight away and wouldn't like it. Let's see. Doug, I've heard about the needles and razor blade. Okay, Lisa's thing. So, Doug, in Ireland, there are different clans referred to as families. They're more clans is the Scottish word. It's actually called a sept, S-E-P-T. Do you have an actual clan? Well, the McCaffreys were kind of a sept of the Maguires, and McCaffrey, son of Godfrey or something. It was like a 800-year-old family name. And then before that, there Caffrey was one of the three sons of Maguire 800 years ago. So it's like that would be the kind of sept that are my family name. So a native Irish name. Let's see, Kirk. The Irish be fruitful and multiply. I have 3 kids myself. I know a bit about multiplying, you know. And but I think that's it. I'm not going to have one of those mad Irish families like a 10, 11 kids, man. There'd be families out there that'd be having 10, 11 kids. It shows you, like, it's always in September time too, because there's been a quiet winter. There's nothing on TV and nothing to watch. Let's see. That concept doesn't exist here. Okay, Irish Ladies by Francis and all the other guys here. Have a nice weekend. All right, Bobo, my man. You go and rest and enjoy. And thank you as always for giving the pleasure of joining us here on the live stream. Roy says, what length of hiking stick would you recommend for 6 foot tall? Anything around 54, 52, 54 inch, something like that would be fine for you. Kirk says, with the help of God, bless you and your dad off to work. Yeah, we need more. We need more than that sometimes when we're out. It's hard enough work, like and each year it gets harder and colder and different things. But it can be a bit of fun or banter when you're with someone. Like I do a lot of cutting on my own, so it can be a bit kind of like bit kind of quiet and stuff like that. And you always run into some rogue animals or bulls, or you see foxes or badgers and different things as well. Let's see. A guy in an Irish pub in England gave me and my brother some pochine on St. Patrick's Day. I spelled that wrong. Yeah, no, I understand. Pochine is the potato drink made from potatoes. It's highly illegal. The popo will be after you if you're making pochine or have it, and most of the farmers use it to for on the animals and stuff as well. We'll say more about pochine, but it's not. I'm neither confirming or denying that I have some at home in the press 2 shelves down from the cooker. So I'm not confirming or denying that there's a bottle of poutine in there. We'll say no more. We'll say no more. Let's see. Thanks, John. My grandfather families were poutine makers as well. Very good, very good. And are you carrying on in the tradition of your family? Do you ever hear of the Painty Rockwell Kent. Not really too sure what you're on about there, but I'm sure you can explain it. We're just coming to the end of the end of the live stream. Usually I do this for about an hour every Friday. As always, I want to thank everyone for coming here. We have a nice community, around 20, 30 guys and girls, and other people as well that turn up every week. And hopefully now I'm looking forward to a very good kind of winter run as well, and trying to get out of this madness that we've been in for the past 2 years. We probably have another year of this nonsense ahead of us, but hopefully it's kind of fading out and things, common sense can prevail. So wishing you all like good health, and stay fit, stay healthy. Go out, do some exercise when you can, and I'll leave it at that. Until next time, we'll see you guys. Okay, good luck.